Hi, okay. So, I was on YouTube looking for videos that I think can appeal to a wider audience, and a lot of the videos I saw that had many views were things such as, oh, signs a guy likes you, or signs a girl likes you, and I was thinking, okay, great, but after that, there weren't really videos I think really said, here are some really big problems that you may face and that you should know how to go through. So I decided that I will be that video that tells you some of the biggest problems and how to solve them or how to work through them. So I pulled up an article, and it says here are 11 relationship problems that will likely get worse over time. So they're saying that there are no fixes to these problems. I'm going to provide them for you best I can. And if you get to the end, I'll have a surprise problem that I recently encountered and was recently brought to my attention, and that I am able to hopefully give you my advice on, and hopefully no one else has to go through it and have it end the relationship. Also, let me explain this. There are always going to be problems in your romantic relationships, your friend relationships, and in your family. I'm sure, too, there are going to be disagreements. But you know what? That's life, and there's always a way to get through those. So, here we go. The first one on this list is a lack of sexual chemistry. Okay. I'm sure that we have all, at some point, or will at some point, date somebody who may be the sweetest, most caring person on the planet, but may not be the most physically appealing. There's a very easy fix to this. It is not that hard to do. If you find yourself like, oh, I'm not really that physically attracted to this person, but they're really, really sweet, remind yourself what made you want to be in a relationship with them in the first place, and strengthen that, rework that, kind of go into that, and soon enough, doing that, you will find that attraction regardless of looks. Simple as that. Of course, if that doesn't work, then, I would say just keep trying. If that doesn't work, then maybe it is too strong and you should find somebody else. But to be honest, I think that when this happens, one thing to take away from it, regardless of what you do, is you guys have a great friendship. Because I'm telling you something, when someone has a great personality, their looks don't matter. That person will be the best friend in the entire world to you, regardless of if it goes forward or not. So keep that in mind when you're considering, should I leave or should I try to work this out? Because, something good will come of it. Number 2. Having nothing in common. Okay. Nothing in common. There is a quote that explains how to solve this easily. The way that quote goes is, opposites attract. There was a friend I had who loved gaming. They were a huge gamer. They were a huge nerd on the game systems, the games, the mods, and all of that. And at the time, I wasn't really into any of that. I didn't really understand it or like it, and so I wasn't really a gamer. But I wanted to continue this friendship because they were sweet and they were nice and they were caring and they were funny. So I was like, I want to be your friend. So I asked them to tell me about gaming. Tell me why they liked it, what enthused them about it, and what do you know? I'm not a gamer, but I am more interested in gaming now, and I do understand more of it, and I'm more interested in it. I see a new way of viewing it. I see a new way of understanding it. So if you weren't able to tell, the solution for this problem of having nothing in common is find out one of their favorite things and try to learn about it. I'm not saying change who you are. Don't do that. That won't be good. They will find out. But maybe one thing you didn't like that they do is you didn't really understand it, and maybe when you understand why they like it, you'll like it too. So try that, and maybe it'll work out. If it doesn't, it doesn't, but you guys can still be in a relationship together. Really having something in common isn't really that bad as people have made it seem. Just, try to learn about their things and then go from there. And teach us about some of your things, and maybe they'll like that. So, let's move on. Okay, number 3. This is the first problem that I've seen that does not have a solution. If you're in the situation, get out of it immediately. If your partner has a controlling and demanding personality, that is called being possessive. So if you are in a relationship with a person, they're like, where are you going? Who's going to be there? Why are you going? And they have all these questions. It means that there's not really any trust. And having no trust is not a good starting off point for a relationship. So, leave that relationship if that's what you are in. There's not really any solution to it, because the thing is, if you ask them why they're like that, chances are, let me see, if I was in the mind of someone like that, what would I say if they asked me? Oh, I probably say something like, I just want to do something you're going to regret. Here's the problem with that answer. If they say, oh, I just want to make sure you're not going to do something that you're going to regret, guess what? If you thought that you were going to regret the decision later, you wouldn't make it. It's normal to ask, if he's asking really dodgy, or if they're acting really dodgy and being like, hey, I gotta go real quick, and you ask, oh, who, oh, no, I just gotta work on some stuff. Like, if they're acting suspicious, then yeah, you should ask, like, oh, try to get details. That's normal to do once in a blue moon, but if someone has that kind of personality, that's something they're going to do it often, and it's not going to be good. So, just get a relationship like that. There's not really a fix to that. No, if someone's being controlling and demanding, and it's their personality, or if they are being possessive of you in any way, get out of that relationship. There are other ways. There are better people out there. You deserve better, and you can get better than that. So that's my answer to that. These are 11, probably later, I don't remember if I mentioned that, but these are 11 issues, so we're getting through. I mean, I might just do a part 2, but let's start with this. Number 4, different spending habits. Okay, let me put an example, and then I will explain a way to solve it and why that may work. Okay, let's say that person A will only spend up to $100 per month, and person B will only spend up to $200 a month. Okay. Now, person A and person B like each other, and they're, dating. So, they've run into this problem of the different spending habits. And in the spending habits, I say, reach a compromise. It is not as difficult as that sounds. Trust me, I have been through it numerous times. No, I haven't, but I have experienced differences that can be reached easily by compromise, and the compromise usually works out pretty well. In the case of person A and person B, I would say maybe the reach compromise is spending no more than $150. That way, it's halfway. Person B can get some of the luxuries, and person A, just raises the bar a little bit. They don't feel like they're completely losing control, and they still, just have that extra 50 to help the person accommodate, and maybe later they'll even go lower. I don't know. It's up to them. I'm not them. So, but it's something that, a lot of couples do fight about. But it's really, not a hard thing to solve. let's move on. Number 5. Whew. Issues from the past. Now, I'm not a guy, so I don't know if it's the exact same process for them, but I'm assuming it is, or something that's something similar. Let's say that you were in a relationship and you ended it because you found out that the person that you were with was cheating on you. When you are getting into a new relationship, you don't want to assume that they're going to cheat on you. At the same time, you do know that it's happened before, and so it's hard to not bring that baggage with you when you're heading into a new relationship. Same thing can happen with friendship. If a friend was being really rude and not being a friend, and you left that friendship, when you make a new friend, you don't want to bring that baggage, but at the same time, it's kind of hard not to because it has happened. So, I don't know if it's a sign, if this happens, but I feel like a way to solve this is to kind of open up about some of the issues in the friendship phase. For example, let's say that you have 3 exes that you ended the relationship with because of how they were. One, let's say, cheated on you, another one didn't trust you, and another one started becoming very possessive. You can tell the person when you're in the friendship, you can tell them about the one that cheated on you, you can tell them about 2 of them. And I would say, do the one that cheated on you and then became possessive. Say, I ended this because they cheated on me and it really hurt me and I don't want that again, blah, blah, blah. Then when you guys transition into the romantic relationship, then you can say, after all, say, hey, last time this person, they didn't trust me and I felt really hurt with that because when someone doesn't trust you, it's a really bad feeling, or whatever the issue was, and then, it lets them know that you are trusting them, that you don't think they're going to do the same thing, but it also lets you know that if you do the same thing, they will be hurt and it will really crush them. In other words, don't do it. And there's so many issues that can happen, and I feel like, we do have to talk about them, and that is one way to help the relationship go more smooth and it won't cause any conflicts. So that's for that one. And I'm going to leave that here for part 1 of this because this video is getting long, and I will make a part 2 with the surprise issue that has brought to my attention and with advice on how to work through that.